Yep, hello. I spoke too soon in the last video. I'd only done the first paragraph in reading number 2, and I'll go immediately now into the second one. That's the one that begins halfway down page 3 of my own analysis, and it's the one that begins at Naham, Bhikkhave, about halfway down page 1 in the printed book. As before, I'll read it through, and then I'll call up the analysis on screen, and we'll go through it in detail. Naham Bhikkhave Anyam Ekadhammampi Samanupassami yang evang adantang agutang arakkitang asamvutang mahato anattaya samvattati yathaidan chittang bhikkave adantang agutang arakkitang asamvutang mahato anattaya samvattati. Now we'll call up the text of it. Here we are. Naham Bhikkhave. Let's go to straight to Samanupassami. Samanupassami. I do not perceive or detect. This we see here, the first person singular ending, the ami ending, from the verb passati. He sees. Passami, I see. These verbs here are with the verbal prefix. Here we have two verbal prefixes, sam and anu. The meaning here is not so much to see as to the anupassami means to consider, to look along, to see along something. Now, not just to look at it or see it, but to follow it, and so to consider it. And then with the prefix some, which incidentally is cognate with the Greek syn, well, modern English pronounced syn, S-Y-N, and also cognate, and this is very important to remember, with the Latin co and con that we have in so many words in English via Latin and French. So, and it often suggests, the basic meaning of it is, with or in conjunction with, but it often refers to the completion of something, the completion of a task, or even indeed our very word complete. Pletus in Latin means full, and completus means like filled up. So whenever we're saying complete, it's cognate with the Sanskrit sampurna, not just full, but the idea is that something, a task, a process has been brought to its conclusion. So samanupasami here then means not just seeing, not just considering, but as it were, seeing, considering, and coming to a conclusion about it, to discern or conclude, detect something. It's the result of a careful looking. So na aham samanupasami. The more normal order in English would be ahang na samanupasami. I not perceive. I do not perceive. Very often we'll find that the order of those is reversed in Pali. Naham samanupasami. It doesn't mean not I, but somebody else. It simply means I do not. So I do not, O monks, samanupasami, perceive, detect, discern, anyam, ekadhammampi. The pi here means even. So I do not discern even one other dhamma, even one other thing, phenomenon. Dhamma has multiple meanings here. It's phenomenon or just thing. So I do not, O monks, discern or detect even one single other thing. Anya, other. Dhamma, no thing here. Eka, meaning one. And eka, joined onto the front of a word in compound here, very frequent, means single. So even one other single thing. Anyam ekadhammampi, even one single thing. Yam, which. Evang adantang. Evang means in this way or thus. We see it very frequently, of course, at the beginning of many suttas. Evam me sutang, evam me sutang. You can also say evam maya sutam. That means the same thing. Thus by me heard, often translated as thus have I heard. Evam thus, me or maya by me, sutang heard. And here, which thus untamed. Yang evang adantang, untamed, agutang. We've had these words in the previous paragraph. Agutang, arakitang, asamvatam, mahatu anataya samvattati. We've had those words. So I do not, O monks, perceive one other single thing which, being thus untamed, unprotected, unguarded, unrestrained, Mahato anataya samvattati leads to great disadvantage, loss. Yatayidam chittam, yatayidam, in fact, it originally was yata idam, as this. So I do not see any other single phenomenon, O monks, which, untamed, etc., leads to great disadvantage as this chitta. Yatayidam chittam. Chittam bhikkave adantang agutang arakkitang asamvutam mahato anattaya samvattati. And that is a phrase now, or a sentence that you should understand perfectly, because it repeats, or partly repeats, what we've seen in the previous paragraph. The next paragraph, which incidentally is not in the printed book in G&K Lesson, but I've included it here. And it's also, I think it must be included in the John Kelly translation. It follows directly on. That's the paragraph that appears at the top of page 4 in my analysis. It says the same thing, but in reverse. That this one is unnegated. So naham bhikkave anyamekadhammampi samanupassami yang evang dantang guttang rakkitang samvutam mahato attaya samvattati yathaidan chittam bhikkave dantang guttang rakkitang samvutam mahato attaya samvattati. So I think you should have seen this pretty perfectly now. It's simply the same as the previous paragraph, but with the negations taken out. So I do not, O monks, perceive one other single Dhamma, which thus, tamed, guarded, protected, controlled, leads to great attaya, benefit or advantage, yatayadam chittang, as this chitta. Chittam bhikkave, the mind amongst dantang, guttang, rakkitang, sangvutam, tamed, protected, guarded, controlled, mahato attaya samvattati, leads to great advantage. That's it on this video.